What's up, YouTube? Another short video for today, because if I don't make it right now, I'm probably never going to make it, because this is something that I always want to talk about, but it always slips my mind and I always forget. So I want to talk about how you can't take somebody to a level that you've never been before. The purpose of the debate I did recently was twofold. And Challz, if you see this, I'm not trying to insult you any more than necessary, nor am I trying to bully the guy any more than need be, okay? But the whole reason that I did that debate is because he represents the collective thought process of a lot of people on the average level. And that's the Dunning-Kruger effect. And I told him this man to man in DM, before I even made this video. And the Dunning-Kruger effect is basically when you know so little about a specific topic that you are blissfully unaware of how little it is that you know. An obvious example would be math, right? If all you know how to do is basic addition, then you would be blissfully unaware of how important multiplication and division is, and vice versa. You wouldn't even know that algebra and calculus exist. You wouldn't know that these higher levels of math exist because you're only capable of doing basic addition, so your mind wouldn't be able to comprehend, trigonometry or more advanced mathematical concepts, or the fact that we can actually measure how far stars are from our planets. That type of advanced math would elude your perception, right? Because you're at this level, so 3 levels above that is incomprehensible for you. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with acknowledging how little it is that you know, but most people don't do that. In my first video in the path of high resistance, I tell you guys that the first step is admitting that you don't know anything. This is an impossible step for pretty much almost everybody. Less than 1% of people can even go this far, because for whatever reason, people just don't like to admit that they're incorrect, that they're wrong, that their opinions and beliefs and their core morality, the things that they have held close to their hearts since birth, for whatever reason, people would rather die before they ever challenge or admit any of that shit is incorrect. So Mr. Challz, he basically represents the portion of my audience that they halfway understand what I'm saying, but because they don't understand the other half, it must be incorrect. Because they've never been to that next level doesn't exist. And what started this little mini series of debates on my channel was I basically made a video where I told people to stop going to man for knowledge and just go straight to the ultimate source of knowledge, nature. In which people were commenting stuff like, yeah, but Chris, if we go to nature, we'll never learn how the universe was made, or the purpose of life, or why we're here in the first place. Not understanding that that is a tier of knowledge that some humans on this planet reached time immemorial ago, thousands of years ago. They didn't have no fucking gods. They invented gods later. But that's a different topic for a different video. So a lot of people make the cardinal mistake that because they understand they don't even understand 50%. When they say they halfway understand what I'm saying, they're actually being dishonest. They don't understand half of what I'm saying. They don't even understand 1/10 of what I'm saying. But nonetheless, regardless of the specific math, they figure that because they only understand Z%, that the rest that they don't understand is either false, doesn't exist, or it's just a level that humans cannot reach. The only limitations that you have in life is limitations that you set within yourself. And if you've only reached level 3, you cannot teach somebody how to get to level 10. You can't teach somebody how to get to a level that you've never been before. No disrespect to Mr. Challz, but he's basically a guy in college still going to man for knowledge, you know, still relying on other people to teach him how to do anything, you know, relying on other people deciding what he's allowed to learn to get his fucking degree. So when you're at a level where you don't even have an income, when you're still in an institution being told what you should and should not learn, how are you going to teach somebody that is so far ahead of you, that he's already making six figures, that he's already at a level to where he doesn't need a teacher? Just think about that shit for a second. Those of you people that are still in school, that are still in the wandering phase of your life, that are still in the theory, opinion, belief phase in your life, how the hell could you teach somebody how to get to a level to where they don't need a teacher, to where they don't need a guide, to where they don't need institution to show them how to get basic survival skills? If you don't even have that basic level of knowledge, how could you lead somebody further? But the problem is, and I say this in the debate, most people want to be told what to do. Most people want to have a boss, a lord, a god, a sovereign, a ruler. Most people never want to ascend to the level to where they don't need any of that, because they're perfectly content and comfortable with being at level 3. Well, I'm here to tell you, man, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. I understand that everybody can't get to level 10. I understand that most people have to be stuck at level 3 in order for things to be balanced. That's why I made the video, see sheeple as a resource, a natural resource, because they're here naturally, right? So there's nothing wrong with voluntarily choosing to be that of, you know, a delegated pleb. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes when people just don't want to accept what they are. If you were content with having somebody else lead and dictate your life, that's fine. But you guys have got to humble yourself and stop trying to tell the people that are above you, that are at a level that you'll probably never see, that they're incorrect, just because you're at a level that is so close towards the bottom that you can't comprehend that there's something far above the level that you're at. So that's mostly what I wanted to say. And you know, that debate served its purpose because the people that get it, they showed that they really get it. I've met some interesting people from that debate afterwards. The people that don't get it, that think that, you know, you were born in the wrong sex, that the universe itself somehow made a mistake. I mean, it's absolutely, people say that I have an ego, but I think the people that have the biggest egos are the people that think they know more than the universe. Like, you think you know better than the universe, that, like, what fucking sex you're supposed to be? You think you know better than the fucking universe around you? What type of body you were supposed to have? That is the most egotistical shit I've ever heard. And the fact that people are just too afraid to just say the obvious is astonishing to me. But yeah, the dude admitted that he didn't even know what natural law was, that he didn't even know what the source was, but then tried to proceed to say that natural law in the source is incorrect. But it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? These people don't understand that the laws of the universe apply to everything that exists in the universe. It applies. Somebody typed in the comments and he said it applies to humans, it applies to aliens, it applies to animals, it applies to planets, stars, energy, everything. Universal law is universal for a reason. Natural law is natural for a reason. Because regardless of what your opinion or beliefs or perspectives are, all of your actions and decisions have consequences that will happen naturally. That's why it's called natural law. That being said, I think I more than highlighted what I needed to highlight in this video. Those that want to go further, you have to acknowledge that there is a level above you that you have not seen yet, and that if you want to get to that level, you must first acknowledge that you're at the level that you're at because there's something that you don't know. Well, it's probably a lot of things you don't know. But admitting that you don't know, admitting that you're wrong, that's the first step. The second step is then acknowledging that by using your free will, you can get to that next level. Don't listen to these stupid motherfuckers that tell you that there's things that only gods know, that there's things that are beyond our comprehension. Fuck that shit. The people that rule over you directly challenged this malarkey and proceeded to gain the knowledge that you people think is impossible to get, and they used it to create the game known as society. That being said, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.